Hey everybody, it is Maddie here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Saturday, and I hope you're having a great weekend so far. So yes, the JPM Coin is still in the news. JPMorgan, of course, if you've not heard about it yet, they're launching their own cryptocurrency, which seems to be encroaching on the territory of Ripple. So we'll look at why the JPMorgan crypto project puts Ripple's relevance into question. And this is a big article here from Bloomberg. We'll hear about what they have to say. We'll take a look at what the JPMorgan blockchain chief had to say specifically. Nouriel Roubini, the perpetual and eternal pessimist, has weighed in about this. So he says that the JPM coin is a joke, but hey, he feels that way about Bitcoin and XRP as well. We'll get his perspective just to make fun of him a little bit. We'll take a look at all this heavy fire that JPMorgan is under from the likes of Roubini and others. We'll get Brad Garlinghouse's opinion. He's weighed in on this. So Brad Garlinghouse, if you're not familiar, the CEO of Ripple, he says that JPMorgan coin misses the point of crypto, perhaps, but I don't think it's trying to be a cryptocurrency. I think perhaps Brad Garlinghouse is missing the point a little bit of JPMorgan coin, although to be fair, he's just trying to do damage control at this point, and I understand why. I can't blame him. For those strong devotees of XRP out there in the Altcoin Buzz Army, we have some encouraging words. If you've not heard about this quote, can't argue the XRP Army is strong. We'll let you know who said that. It's somebody that is very high profile. We'll get to that towards the end of this newscast. We'll also briefly touch on Craig Wright's claim. He's been calling out JPMorgan on their coin, and he's saying that he owns the patent for what JPM plans to do. Possibly, I don't know. There's a lot of hot air coming out of that guy sometimes, to be perfectly honest. But let's begin here on altcoinbuzz.io with this story by Licia. Meet the first Wall Street-backed crypto from JPMorgan Chase. We covered this in greater detail yesterday. So if you haven't already watched our video piece from yesterday, go back and do so for all the information. We'll briefly do a quick summary of what it's all about. It is the moment, writes Licia, all crypto enthusiasts have been waiting for. JPMorgan Chase, the Wall Street giant, has spilled the beans. Currently, it is testing the JPM coin, a creation of its in-house engineers. And of course, Jamie Dimon, who heads up JPMorgan Chase, he is the CEO. He's had some horrible things to say about Bitcoin, and then he kind of retraced a little bit and he said, Bitcoin I'm not a fan of, but blockchain has potential, and now all of a sudden he's embracing it. This is a meme I found on LinkedIn, actually, of all places, but Jamie Dimon in 2017, Bitcoin is a fraud, 2018, I regret saying that, and currently, welcome JPM Coin. Yeah, that about sums up his evolution on the subject over the course of 3 years or so. Going back to Licia's article here, you have Umar Farouk, who is the head of JPMorgan's blockchain projects. He said the following, quote, so anything that currently exists in the world as that moves onto the blockchain, this would be the payment leg for that transaction. The applications are frankly quite endless. Anything where you have a distributed ledger which involves corporations or institutions can use this. And JPMorgan stands to save a lot of money just in terms of their operations. We reminded you guys yesterday that they move around, they slosh around, as Farouk said, $6 trillion in assets every single day all over the world. They do so digitally. So this is really a behind the scenes technology. It's not something, at least for now, that we'd be able to buy and sell on Binance, but it would facilitate their current operations and could stand to increase their efficiency and save them a lot of money. Can you even imagine a sliver of a percentage on $6 trillion saved? This is why the potential is so huge with this endeavor. And now, of course, the question that many people have on their minds is how JPM Coin would compare to XRP. Does it make Ripple's project obsolete when you have the weight and you have the experience of a JPMorgan Chase that comes in and crowds your space? Hey, well, that's pretty considerable. So the newest cryptocurrency on the block has been used in just one trial transaction, and it's already been hailed as a game changer for digital assets. We are talking about JPM Coin. And it looks like it does have Ripple in its sights, at least as far as XRP and what XRP has been built up to do. But it's no lightweight. XRP can be used to facilitate faster, lower cost international payments, and it's still the third most valuable cryptocurrency by market value, sitting at about $12.6 billion. So how does Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's chief executive, feel about it? He downplayed the impact of the JPM coin. Quote, as predicted, banks are changing their tune on crypto, Garlinghouse wrote in a tweet. But this JPM project misses the point. Introducing a closed network today is like launching AOL, America Online, after Netscape's IPO. 2 years later, and bank coins still aren't the answer. Then you have this individual, Travis Kling, the Los Angeles-based founder of crypto hedge fund Ikigai Asset Management. He said, quote, JPM's project is much more evolutionary than revolutionary. It is utilizing a private permissioned blockchain technology called Quorum, which is much closer to a Google Sheet than a Bitcoin. The project is clearly competing directly with Ripple Labs and their centralized cryptocurrency, XRP. And as you can imagine, this is getting a lot of coverage as a story. It's extending far beyond just the normal sort of cryptocurrency news outlets. This is really extending quite significantly into the world of finance. So just about everybody is picking it up. You can check out this finance.yahoo.com article, JPMorgan blockchain chief, why we launched our own cryptocurrency. We've touched on some of Jamie Dimon's thoughts on the issue, so I'm not going to go over this again, but it will be available if you want to check it out in the description below. Then you have Mr. Nouriel Roubini, our good friend. So he says that JPMorgan's cryptocurrency, JPM Coin, is a joke. That's basically his blanket assessment. He's a one-trick pony and has that opinion about anything in the cryptocurrency space. Perhaps not the blockchain space, but certainly the cryptocurrency space. So I'm surprised he's not giving the JPM coin more of a fighting chance here. It's not purely crypto in the sense that if it's not something that's going to be traded and sold freely and it's something that's a behind the scenes technology, I'd say it's more blockchain than crypto. But nevertheless, Nouriel Roubini here on ambcrypto.com, also known as Dr. Doom, has always been against cryptocurrencies and blockchain, but Roubini's tweets regarding JPMorgan's cryptocurrency suggests that he acknowledges cryptocurrencies. Roubini disliked the idea of a bank coin, and he tweeted, quote, in which way has the new alleged JPMorgan crypto coin anything to do with blockchain or crypto? It is private, not public, permissioned, not permissionless, based on trustless authorities verifying transaction, not trustless, centralized, not decentralized. Calling it crypto is a joke. In a rare moment of agreement, I think I'm quite in line with his opinion here. These are some good points that he's making. And I suppose I can circle it back to the earlier point that I made. I wouldn't call it crypto in the first place. Is it more centralized than we would like? Well, perhaps, but look, it's JP Morgan's project. It's not something that's going to be coming out in the form of an ICO or anything else. I mean, this is really their internal technology. So it's much more akin to something that's based on blockchain, as we discussed in the previous article, an evolution as opposed to a revolution, perhaps. But no, I wouldn't describe this as a crypto. That's not my knee-jerk sort of categorization of what this project is. So I agree with Dr. Roubini. Here's where we start to disagree. He also tweeted the following, quote, ditto for XRP. It is as much of a joke as the new JP Morgan pseudo crypto coin. Quote, banks were obviously never going to use XRP for settlements and enrich Ripple Incorporated, who owns more than half of all XRP. They would rather enrich themselves instead. Kudos to JPM for being the first. They are going to wipe the floor with Ripple. Then you have Mike Dudas, the founder and CEO of The Block, who's piling on here. Quote, JP Morgan, the bank whose CEO Jamie Dimon has called Bitcoin a scam and said, I don't really give a shit about Bitcoin, is launching its own cryptocurrency. When The Block inquired a month ago, JP Morgan blockchain execs denied that it was in the works. They are always lying to you guys. When the FUD hits, when they're trying to distract you from one story with sensationalized versions of another, they're always trying to distract you. They're always trying to gain the upper ground and better positioning behind the scenes. Don't trust them. So let us know what you think about these quotes. It's my hope that many of you out there, and my suspicion as well, that many of you out there disagree with Nouriel Roubini, the eternal pessimist. This guy has venom in everything that he says. Good Lord. But let us know what you think about that in the comments below. Of course, Roubini is one of many critics. You can read more about that here on CryptoGlobe.com. JP Morgan's JPM Coin under heavy fire from all corners, not the least of which is economist and Professor Nouriel Roubini. So we covered that tweet of his. Many Bitcoiners who are generally not known to be great fans of Roubini loved this comment. One of the more interesting replies to the above came from Elena Vranova, head of strategy at Casa. You're becoming a true Bitcoiner at Nouriel. Great to see you pointing out a scam coin. Yeah, perhaps. There's always a silver lining to be had in these situations, so it's fun to point that out. Our friend Box Mining said the following: JPMorgan entry into crypto is simply the signs of an old centralized cartel trying to stay alive in an ever decentralizing world. How long before their clients realize exchange value without a trusted third party? And of course, you have Mr. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, who says JPMorgan coin misses the point of cryptocurrency. Again, I don't think they're trying to be a cryptocurrency. So I got to take this with a grain of salt. As always, he is, after all, the CEO of Ripple, which is, it looks more and more like it's going to be in the reticule, in the crossfires of the JPM coin. So again, he compared the JPM coin's closed network to launching AOL after Netscape's IPO. If banks of different digital assets group want to settle trades with one another, they'll have to make markets between their unique digital assets or trade between their digital assets and a common fiat currency. What a mess. I see JPM Coin and XRP duking it out at this point for years to come, and the battle may indeed get bloody. So I think, I said it before, but I think that this really is Mr. Brad Garlinghouse here doing damage control, and I don't blame him for that. Why wouldn't he? And there are certain advantages to Ripple and to XRP that perhaps are not available with the JPM coin. Actually, that's a certainty. There are many advantages. As always, there are pros and cons. However, I think that's the angle that we have to take it from. He's defending his baby, of course. Where I do agree with him here without any exception and unapologetically is what we say here in closing. As Garlinghouse also noted, the JPMorgan Chase move represents something of a vault face. The bank's CEO, Jamie Dimon, is notorious for having openly condemned Bitcoin as a fraud. Dimon later diluted his antagonism in private comments on Cointelegraph at the World Economic Forum last year. He had to walk it back. Of course, he had to walk it back if this is their current strategy. But if you're an XRP fan and maybe you're feeling a little bit down, hey, maybe you're not feeling threatened at all. But either way, here's some good news. Can't argue the XRP Army is strong. More praise for Ripple. Article here from today by Licia. XRP is a much talked about cryptocurrency. Last year, it made remarkable progress, which caught the eye of many observers. Changpeng Zhao, the CEO of Binance, is the latest eminent crypto figure to praise it. So Changpeng Zhao, who of course is still a big believer in crypto, also caught the XRP bug. First, he retweeted a post made by XRP Crypto Nation, which stated that it is possible to buy XRP added to Binance in December with a credit card right now. Here's the quote itself. XRP purchasing using a credit card is working now slowly but surely. And then in a follow-up to his own tweet, he replied, can't argue the XRP army is strong. That it is. It's a force to be reckoned with. I feel like this war, this battle for supremacy is really just starting, and it's going to be played out for quite a while. But as Licia points out, community is pivotal, and there's an excellent community behind XRP, behind Ripple Labs in general. And I don't know if JPMorgan is really ever going to have that kind of effect, that kind of a support that we see in the community variable that is so prevalent with XRP. So be sure to read her take here on community, why it's important to the lifeblood of a project. And you can check out CZ's tweet as well. We're going to link to that in the description below. Finally, and you know what? This guy's so full of hot air. I don't really want to cover this, but here's the article headline. Craig Wright calls out JPMorgan on JPM Coin, claims he holds the patent for what JPM claims to do. I'm not really for or against Craig Wright. I'm kind of indifferent to him, but I'm also maybe an agnostic as far as when he comes out and says things, I don't ever take them too seriously. However, if you want to read about his latest tweets here, Patent 32, apparently DFAs. Oh, did you not check JPMorgan? I have patents on what you want to do. Have a nice life. Sounds pretty threatening. Let's see if he backs that up with anything credible, maybe a lawsuit or two. If and when that comes around, then I think we're going to cover it in more detail. But there you have it. If you want to read about it, we'll link to it below. And with that, everybody, do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Check out our last video here if you have not already. Our website, as you know, is altcoinbuzz.io. If you choose to invest on this Saturday, I wish you only the very best of luck, prosperity, and fortune. That's what I want for you guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you've enjoyed it. And we do hope to see you guys again soon in our next piece. Take care.